again.
Okay, my name is Marino Payan, and this is my summary on Theme for English B, written by Langston Hughes. Okay, this story is about a guy whose teacher asks him to create a piece of paper or a paper, let's say. So he goes to his house and he takes a piece of paper and he starts writing. The teacher tells him, you have to write what is true for you. So he starts saying, um, or telling his feelings on racial things and issues. For example, oh, professor, you are part of me and I am part of you, etc. Things like that. So it is a story that tells us uh, topics on racism. And that's my summary.
Okay, the next, Manuel, turn on the microphone.
All right.
Oh,
I'm Emmanuel, and I will give you my song on the poets Dean for English Beach, written by Yenjo, written by Langston Hughes. It is about this 22-year black man that is asked to write a paper that has to be true for himself, in which he questions his identity, the divide between him and his professor, and race. He starts the assignment by giving some background information like age, academy, history, and interest that he has about himself because his teacher wants true. He goes on saying, even though he might look different, he realized that his life and interests are similar to people belonging to the other race. He says that America is a land of diversity and people influencing each other regardless their identities and skin color. And that's that.
Okay, that's my turn.
yes.
Hey, that's my turn. Hello.
Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, the poem by Langston Huge. Yeah, Teens for English P. This poem is about the racism. Also, it's about a young boy who who who's just because he is a black and study at the white school, he doesn't have to do what the white people want. The poem begins with an assignment that the black John has to write. But then he has to describe about himself according to the teacher, according to the homework. But he asks, sorry, a good question to the teacher. He asks if he has to get page the page printed in a white color because he was the only black John in his classmates. And um also the he says also the black John says, I'm a black and I have problem with you. The teacher and also they can always learn from each other. We can always sorry we are we are from different color, but we are equal. You can learn from me, and I can learn from you, according to the um, Black John. Yeah. Um, the poem has two subtopics, according to me: discrimination and racism, which are the we can you can realize these two subtopic and the story. That's it.
Okay, next.
Me,
And
Angel. Summary,
Angel. Okay.
yeah. Summary for 10 for English B by Langston Hughes. I mean, this poem, in my opinion, this poem is about this man that is 22 years old and he's in college, but he is the only colored person in college, meaning that the rest of the people there are white. He gets this assignment by his professor, like saying that he needs to write down like what is true for him and it'll be true, meaning that like his feelings and everything that is inside of him, just to let it go out in a piece of paper. He goes home and in Harlem, which is where he lives, and he starts writing, I can say, with basic things like music, genres of music, and you know those basic things. Then he goes deeper. He goes deeper. I'm sorry, and start saying something like including racism and many things that are from different point of view can be true for some people and can be false for other one. And comparing himself and his race to his professor and his professor's race. That is what I think about this summer, this poem.
Okay, good. Rennie.
Okay, yo, mi turno.
Okay, Angel. Okay, that's okay.
Uh,
Whatever.
well, the poem is about the mistreatment about being in a mingle, being, I mean, empieza de nuevo, espérate, borra eso. Sí. Okay,
I can just
it's all
continue.
about,
Just say it.
yeah, it's all about the mistreatment of being in a mingle culture. I mean, like in a racist culture, for example, like this 22 years old man, he was facing the complexity of being in a racist culture. So I mean, he was in a racist school environment, and after receiving a simple task of writing about himself, he was like the teacher asked him to to write something that was true for him, but in reality, what was true for him was that his identity didn't have a good relationship with white people, and um, I guess the poem was written in 1950s, I guess, and back in that time, racism was a major problem in the United States, and when the white professor gave the student an assignment of writing about himself, uh, it was something that brought up like a few tough questions for the student, like it's not easy to know what is true for me or for you. And if I write something about me, true about me, being like me is not gonna be white. Like, for example, he was like mm, he was kind of confused about whether he had to write about him or if it was just about racism. And that's it for me.
Okay. I'm going to say it, Rennie, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
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 Faster, please, guys. Time is
Yes,
over. You don't
yes.
have to talk too much.
Okay. And the literary work theme for English B, written by Langston Hughes, is about a black guy who has to write about letters about his life and his environment for English class. He writes about his feeling and what he thinks about his life or or the or and the class and for the teacher. And he said that he is the only black guy in this class. And he said that to his teacher that he's learning, he can learn to him, and he can learn for, I don't know, something like that. And it is like something he writes about the environment, the the things that he has to feeling, how he feels, and how is the environment in his class, and what to write about the class, and something like that. And that's it. Rennie?
Okay, so the summary, my summary, okay? So the poem Theme for English B by Langston Hughes is about a student that writes about himself for an assignment. The teacher says that he has to write something that comes from him and that is true. So he starts thinking. At first he doesn't know what to do exactly, and then he starts thinking and he starts writing. He writes about what it means to be a young boy and a colored boy in a university. And that's it.
Okay, good. So we're done. So go to the the other conference, guys. Okay.